Good morning, West Coast. It's 13 minutes after 9 o'clock. A little behind schedule, but still within the Tofino time frame. I've got Bonnie in from the Friends of Clayoquot Sound here to talk about a mining forum. Chance for you to learn a little bit more about what's going on with mining, the future of mining in Clayoquot Sound. First of all, thanks for coming in, Bonnie. I'm glad that you could make it. And so this forum next week, this comes Wednesday the 22nd at the Community Hall in Tofino. Doors at 7 o'clock, I think?
7:30 at the Tofino Community Hall, yeah.
All right, and it's not going to cost anybody anything to get in. It's
no,
entirely,
admission is free. Yeah,
everyone is welcome.
That's right.
So first of all, I guess we should start from the beginning here. Mining in Clayoquot Sound. When I kind of first started here at the radio station, there was quite a bit of talk and stuff going on, in particular about Catface Mountain, which is one I can see right out the window here. And since then, it seems like a lot of the talk has kind of come down to a dull roar. There hasn't been much in the way of developments, or at least that's the way I perceive it from where I'm sitting. What is going on with mining in Clayoquot Sound?
Well, right now we have two potential mine sites in Clayoquot Sound. The one is at Shatapi, Catface Mountain, as you mentioned, and the other one is in the Tranquil Valley, which is just sort of northeast of Tofino, and that's a gold mine, or a potential gold mine, and they're both being explored by Imperial Metals. Yeah. So, things do seem like they've been kind of quiet on the whole issue, but Imperial Metals has been exploring up in the Tranquil Valley. They were up there last summer, and they recently met with Clayoquot Council, and I believe also some of the membership, to discuss what a gold mine in the Tranquil Valley might look like. So that indicates to me that they're serious about exploring the potential for putting a gold mine in there. And with the Catface property, as they call it, they finished up with their exploration in the spring of 2010. We were told that they had enough information, they had what they needed to make a decision. And so I think things have been kind of going on behind the scenes there with negotiations locally to see if they can move ahead on that property. Yeah. But my understanding with the copper mine up at Catface is that it's a very large deposit. It's low grade, but it's very large. And so with the mining boom that's happening in British Columbia and the support for that from our Liberal government and from our national government as well, I think that, that potential mine is not going to be going away anytime soon. So for this forum coming next week, you've got some experts coming in on different sides of the issue, I guess, or different angles of the issue anyway, more appropriately. Who's coming to visit for the speakers next week? Well, we've got Terry Dorward, Clayoquot First Nations Council member, and he also sits on their National Natural Resources Council. Yep. And we've got John Rampanen coming in, and he does work with the Vancouver Island and Coastal Communities Indigenous Food Network. So he's going to be talking to us from the perspective of how mines might impact on Indigenous food gathering and food security. We're also really excited to have Amy Crook. And Amy is the executive director of the Environmental Mining Education Foundation. And she's a technical consultant, and she does work with communities who are facing projects like the one that we're facing. And I guess most famously, Amy has been with the Prosperity Fish Lake proposal throughout its lifespan so far. And she was the technician who was quite instrumental in defeating that mine proposal. And so we're really excited to have Amy coming, and I'm sure people have a lot of questions about how this process might move forward for us and how we might most effectively fight it. So we're really looking forward to hearing from Amy.
Yeah, I think that sounds interesting, because one of the things that's always been confused for me about the issue of especially the Catface mine in particular is not really actually knowing what a development there, should it go through, would look like. One side saying that modern mining techniques are a lot different than what other side, what we might expect to see based on historical mining of the same nature. So to have somebody currently in the know about that sort of stuff would be,
exactly,
really
informative. And she's going to have a lot of information for us too about the impacts of the heavy metals and that type of thing, the acid mine drainage and stuff. So she can answer some of those technical questions for people in the region. So that'll be really good. And we're also really excited to have Arthur Manuel. He is the former chief of the Nescolith Indian Band in South Central British Columbia. He's the chair of the Indigenous Network on Economics and Trade, and they work on developing the economic concepts encased in Aboriginal rights. He's going to be speaking on Aboriginal title and economic uncertainty. And he's going to explain to us about the constitutional and legal framework that causes economic uncertainty for mining companies. And he's also going to touch on how Aboriginal title and rights can be used to oppose mining companies. So he's quite a prominent Indigenous leader. He works with the Assembly of First Nations here in Canada, and also works as a consultant to the UN on Indigenous issues. So he's going to be a really interesting speaker to hear. I'm really excited about hearing what he's going to have to say.
And it sounds like we're making arrangements to have some of these speakers in, hopefully here on the radio mid next week as well, Wednesday, Thursday. So that'll be fun to have those folks in and get a little information out there. So the forum itself, next Wednesday, that's the 22nd at the Tofino Community Hall, 7:30. It's not going to cost anybody anything, and everyone's welcome.
That's right, and we've got shuttle buses coming in from Estewista, and we've got free water taxis coming down from Ahousaht and return to Ahousaht that evening, so people can come down for the forum, and also coming over from Opitsit that evening as well. So really what we'd like to do is encourage people in the region to come together and have a dialogue on this really important issue. And I know there's a lot of people in the region who know already that they oppose mines.
Yeah.
I think what we've been hearing from Amy Crook so far in her advice to us is that we really need to gather together as a region and really understand the full impacts of what these proposals might mean for our region. And so we really want to have people come out and learn more. And if people still are uncertain about what they think about a proposal like this is a really excellent opportunity to come out and get more information and dialogue with your neighbors on it. So if people in the outlying villages are interested in coming down by water taxi or coming in by shuttle bus, they can give us a call at the Friends office, 725-4218, or check out our website.
FOCS.ca.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us this morning.
Thanks for having me.
And was there any particular reason you wanted to hear this Michael Franti song to wrap things up?
I find Michael Franti so inspiring, and this is a great song.
All right, let's do it. This is I Know I'm Not Alone. We'll be back with the weather forecast shortly. Thanks to Bonnie for dropping in.